Okay, I said I was going to go into detail on several of these different modalities that I've incorporated and sort of, made part of my life now. Um, Two things I forgot to add to this that I just added. Binaural beats, I've been using for years now. There's not a day that's gone by that I don't use those for everything from um, meditation to concentration to clearing energies to for anxiety, you name it, for sleep, all kinds of things. So binaural beats is actually one of the things that I have not missed a day of in years. The other one, and this is the one I'm actually going to start with, I find this one the most important. I didn't realize it at the time when I made this decision, exactly how vital this was in reclaiming my humanity and getting back in touch with what it means to be a human, because we become so numb to these things, and anything that this society is normalizing and imbuing us with the indoctrination of thinking that we need it and that it's just a given. We really need to look at those things, and it's usually the simplest, most in-your-face, blatant things that you wouldn't even imagine. And for me, that was quit eating animal flesh. Prior to that, I had done carnivore diet for 4 months. And it just didn't feel right. I felt good. I felt really good because I had cut out a lot of the processed stuff that I was eating, most of the processed stuff, since I was on carnivore, obviously. So my body felt good. I was clearing shit out, but something just didn't feel right. Something did not sit right with me. And I didn't know what it was at the time. And it was actually a few months later when I quit eating animal products altogether and started down the raw and juice and veggie path. But I find this one so vitally important that I'm going to start before any of this. I'm going to start with this one because it's so pervasive and it causes so much chaos and destruction and death and suffering and that we bring to this world on a daily basis, that I don't see how I could start with anything else. It's that vitally important. I want to start this off with a confession. My favorite food my whole life was animal flesh. Burger, steak, fish, crab, shrimp, venison, sausage, ham, bacon, chicken. I believed that animal flesh was good for me, necessary for my nutritional needs. I was addicted to all the different tastes, textures, and varieties of preparing the different combinations. A meal without animal flesh was not satisfying. I shot and killed more animals than I could ever hope to remember over my lifetime. Some for fun, some for food, and some just because I could. Eating animal flesh was so ingrained into who I was, the thought of going more than a day without it, 2 at the most, felt like a punishment. The thought of never consuming it again never once crossed my mind in over 40 years. Most people care about animals. I had either dogs or cats my whole life. Most people would never even entertain the idea of eating their animal. We grow a tight bond and connection with our pets. Such a deep connection that we talk to them and feel closer to them than most people. We would jump to their defense if someone was to say something bad or act aggressively towards them. Then why do we not hesitate eating animals that don't belong to us? Why do we find a difference between a dog and cat and a cow and a pig? Why do we see birds and fish as an endless commodity there just to be utilized and enjoyed by our taste buds. I have witnessed by video evidence on YouTube that any animal, bird, or fish can exhibit the exact same behaviors we see daily in our cats and dogs. I have seen people who have the same exact relationship we have with our cats and dogs with every other type of animal, fish, and bird there is. I have seen people form these bonds with gorillas, elephants, whales, lions, jaguars, squirrels, pigs, cows, giraffes, foxes, donkeys, hyenas, porcupines, bison, badgers, wolves, bears, catfish, goldfish, crows, eagles, parrots, and literally every other animal, fish, and bird you can think of. They exhibit the exact kind of love and companionship that cats and dogs do. No difference. They cuddle, snuggle, play, communicate, feel, protect, and reciprocate the love that is given to them. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt, the evidence is there for anyone to see. You can watch these videos and clearly observe the evidence of the power we hold as humans to create an environment of peace, love, and symbiosis, which is a close, long-term biological interaction between different species. For those with the eyes to see and the willingness to accept harsh truths, the evidence is abundant and undeniable. The reason for this being a harsh truth is we will have to accept the fact that we have been consuming the flesh of these sentient beings our whole lives and contributing to the mass forced impregnation, injecting them with hormones and chemicals to force their bodies to grow as fast as biologically possible to get them to slaughter, and slaughtering them after they were only given less than 1/10 of their average lifespan to live, contributing to over 80 billion of their deaths per year. And that's just land animals. This doesn't include the close to 3 trillion fish we mindlessly shove down our throats every year. This is a level of animal sacrifice that is impossible to even truly comprehend. All in the name of the lie of nutrition or the temporary satisfaction of taste buds. All propped up and propagated by some of the largest industries in the world that control government policies, media, and entertainment. This evil has rooted itself so deeply into our societal and cultural norms that to question it is taboo. Pointing out the facts of this satanic evil practice, which has subconsciously created a cognitive dissonance so uncomfortable, will get you mocked, laughed at, eye rolls, and categorized as a left-wing soy boy loony bin. This is how far the hive mind has separated itself from what it means to be human. Let's go back to the literally hundreds of thousands of documented video evidence of the innate symbiotic relationship that humans have with every other creature on earth. Heaven on earth is literally attainable. The lion laying down with the lamb. Not metaphorically, not in some fantastical future after some invisible God comes and fixes the mess we made. not after some authoritarian government passes laws making it mandatory to do no harm and live in symbiosis. No, absolutely not. This harmonic balance will only be realized when each one of us as individuals take it upon ourselves to face the facts that we were literally bamboozled and imbued with a programming so diabolical and so interwoven into the fabric of existence that humanity is just starting to awaken from this dream and realizing it was a nightmare all along. As this mass awakening is starting to swell in the collective conscience, it opens the door for us to realize exactly our position in the power we wield as eternal, all-powerful, all-knowing souls navigating this highly advanced biological system, and therefore our responsibility to nurture and foster these symbiotic relationships, not only for our higher good, but obviously for the greater good of all. We are creating the environment in which we find ourselves, contributing to the mass slaughter of trillions of living sentient beings yearly for the lie of nutrition and the temporary pleasure of taste buds, has created an emotional, psychological, spiritual, and physical prison that until these behaviors and actions are acknowledged and corrected, we will be forever chained to the enormous weight, and our humanity far out of reach across the chasm of our conscious decisions. We must claim our birthright. We must accept the responsibilities of that birthright. We must return to that child state of innocence, purity, curiosity, authenticity, and imagination. We must allow ourselves the grace to change. And then we must initiate and enact that change. We must return to our natural state and embrace the symbiotic relationship we share with Mother Earth and all that she bears forth. This is the responsibility of this beautiful gift that has been bestowed upon us. This is what it means to be human. My brothers and sisters, I implore you to join me in transmuting these dense, heavy, dark energies that have taken root upon this land back into the peaceful, harmonious, balanced, natural, perfect order we so yearn for. Everything we do matters. We are the change makers. We are the healers. We are the lights that shine in the darkest of places, bringing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to all. To a world shrouded in darkness. We are worthy of this new beginning, and we are powerful beyond measure.